everyone, welcome to another episode of Eurosis, where we're watching and reviewing songs from Eurovision 2022 in Turin. Today we're looking at the Netherlands, Georgia, Slovenia, Iceland, and Malta. So first on our list is the Netherlands, represented by Steen, with the song De Diepte. Steen was selected internally, so boo, but the song is in Dutch, so yay! It's been a really long time since we had any Dutch at the Eurovision Song Contest, and an entire song in Dutch, that happens very rarely. Steen, spelled S10, so she's only 21 years old. But according to the Eurovision website, she has already made a name for herself as the darling of the Dutch alt-pop scene, winning over critics, amassing a loyal army of fans, and triumphing at prestigious award ceremonies. So I guess you could say that she's like the Dutch Billie Eilish. Not in terms of style, because you'll hear that the style of music is very different, but in terms of being very young and being successful very quickly. So this is a ballad, I can tell you this much, but it's a pretty nice ballad, I don't mind it. So there's acoustic guitar, but usually I hate acoustic guitar, but not in this one. In this one it sounds pretty cool. I would say it's kind of hard to make Dutch sound nice. But honestly, I think that she makes it sound really nice. I think this is pretty smart. She basically does vocal exercise right before the chorus. So it was very nice. It did sound a little bit like a song from a car commercial. I could imagine like a Renault going down like an empty, like a road and then like an empty field or something. But it does sound very nice. It definitely creates this nice ambience. Very nice in general. I'm very happy with this year's Dutch entry, and yeah, good luck with that. Next entry on our list is Georgia, represented by Circus Mircus. This is a band that is made up of 3 Circus Academy dropouts. I mean, this is the most interesting backstory to any band that I've ever heard. So Circus Mircus have been internally selected, so boo. And their song is English, so boo. So from the moment that they were announced, I was quite curious about them, because the picture that was on the Eurovision website, it has been changed since, was very interesting to me. And I was like, I'm wondering what that's gonna sound like, because, it looked like something very interesting and unusual, and well, you'll see.
Show me what you got. Get it done now.
So this style of music, it's really hard. I know it reminds me of something, but it's very hard for me to kind of put my finger on it. But the artists that I thought of that could maybe sound similar to them were like Devo. I was thinking of Devo mostly. Oh, I know what another, I think Isabeau, the Israeli entry from 2012, that also reminds me a little bit of this. I don't know exactly what I expected, but I mean, it is more or less like what I expected. I expected something quite unusual and original, and I think that it is. That I don't know if it's pleasant to listen to. I don't know if it's like easy on your ears, you know. It is a little bit repetitive at times, and repetitive things tend to be annoying to people, right? But it is an interesting entry. It's like much more interesting than last year's Georgian entry. Like last year, Georgia was terrible, in my opinion. It was just not a good song at all. This one is definitely a lot better. As much as it is still quite unorthodox for Eurovision, but it's a much better written song. Next on our list is Slovenia, represented by LPS with the song Disco. So LPS stands for Last Pizza Slice, which is I think a pretty funny band name. So they've been performing together since 2018. As I understand, they met like in high school and started performing together. LPS were chosen in the national selection, so yay! And the song is in Slovenian, so yay! So apparently the song tells the story of the vocalist Filip getting dumped by his girlfriend at a disco. That's too bad. I feel sorry for the guy. Let's see. Like I said, we have a lot of kind of retro songs this year. Again, it's a bit like Sopot 1977. Yeah, the kind of music you would hear also like at Eurovision maybe in the 70s, I would say. Well, maybe a bit too funky for Eurovision. So at first I was a little bit skeptical about this entry. I was thinking that I don't know if people are going to like it. But the more I listened to it, the more I liked it, honestly. A ty drugiemu serci oddajesz. I kind of like that he's not exerting himself too much when singing. He's just being very chill. Like, the whole song is very chill. I think the whole band is very chill. I imagine putting it on at home, and especially when I'm hosting people, that it's something that is very nice to play in the background or in a coffee shop. Like I said, it has this kind of youthful charm. It's very kind of retro, and it feels like very Eastern Bloc type of retro. Okay, so next on our list is Iceland, represented by Systur. So Systur were chosen in the national selection, yay! And their song Medhekendi Sol is in Icelandic, yay! Honestly, this episode is much better than last week's in terms of yays. Systur is made up of 3 sisters. So their father, Eitor, was a member of supposedly a legendary jazz funk band, Mezzoforte. I don't know them, but I believe the Eurovision website, although they did lie to me before, so maybe I shouldn't. But their mother, Ellen, was also a singer, and their brother will play the drums on stage with them. I mean, obviously you won't hear him playing the drums, but he will be on the stage there, you know. Let's listen. So this song also sounds to me like a song from a car commercial. Again, I can absolutely imagine a car, you know, driving into the distance through some plains, Colorado or something like that. I really kind of like how their voices mix together. It's a very nice song, you gotta admit. It's a very nice bridge too. Remember, like last week, I was complaining that Vladana's song Breathe had a melody that I didn't like. This melody, on the other hand, there's something just very, very nice about it. I think that they kind of create this magical atmosphere that reminds me a little bit of Sebi, who represented Slovenia in 2018 or 2019. I think 2019. Number one, I think that just their voices kind of create this illusion of a big open space in my mind. It's like, it kind of feels like I said, that's why I feel like it sounds like it could be a song in a car commercial, because they kind of create this sort of imagery with their voices, in my opinion, and you kind of feel like you're in that plane, and you just want to sit there and meditate, self-reflect or something. It's a pretty magical song, honestly, even though it's not something that I typically listen to, something that I typically like, but I'm pretty sure that I am going to be listening to it some more in the future, because from time to time, something like this is very nice to listen to get lost in it, you know. The last entry for today is Malta, and you might remember that I was supposed to review Malta 2 weeks ago. But before I managed to release the video, they changed their song. So we'll see the new one today. Malta is represented by Emma Muscat, who was chosen in the national selection, so yay! But her song I Am What I Am is in English, so boo. It says on the Eurovision website that Emma is one of Malta's most successful music exports in recent years. So she first got some name recognition after the participation in an Italian talent show, Amici di Maria De Filippi. And since then, I mean, she signed a deal with a record label. She has, I don't understand this exactly. It says that Moments, her album, reached the top 3 of the Italian charts, leading to opportunities to support the likes of Jason Derulo, Hailey Steinfeld, Sigala Martin Garrix, I don't know who these people are, BB Rex, I've heard of her, Ava Max. So, I don't understand this. Did she actually open for them or not? It's hard to say from this sentence. I'm guessing that maybe their shows got cancelled because of the pandemic, so in the end, she didn't perform, but she was signed to do it. That's what I'm guessing, but it is kind of confusing the way that it's written. Her previous entry, the one that I reviewed and then later I had to cut out of the video, was a ballad, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. So now you can see if she improved on that.
Every time I fall down.
So it's not a ballad. She gets points for that. I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan of her vocals and her timbre. And again, it's not because it's bad. I think that she's definitely a very good singer. Here, this is a studio version, but her previous entry that they decided to change, from that one I saw the live performance and she was just perfect on stage singing live. So I'm pretty sure she's a really good singer with really good technique, but I'm just not a fan of this particular style of singing.
Late at night in my bed. It's time I shut you up, yeah. 'Cause I think about.
So the song is a little bit too cheerful or uplifting for me. It kind of feels like there has to be just a tone of sadness in the whole song for me to enjoy it. Here, everything is sort of like, yeah, you know, it's like toxic positivity, the song. And you know, those like gospel choirs in the background, I'm not a fan of them. In general, like, I'm not a huge fan of that kind of singing. Oh, and clapping. Now we're clapping. You know, it's just too much to me, you know? There's something just feels kind of off and fake and inauthentic to me about music like this, you know? it sounds a little bit like some songs for children, you know, like there's just too much like candy pop in it, like, and it feels just too sweet and too nice. This is kind of what this song gives me. But I mean, I keep criticizing, but actually I have to also give her some credit, because I do feel that this song is much better than her previous song. It has more energy and it's just more fun. Her previous song, it's like the chorus was sort of nondescript. I just didn't feel that song at all. This one, I think, has a much catchier melody, much more memorable melody, and you know, overall, it's just, it has better energy. So you know, so it is an improvement. So you know, we should acknowledge that, I would say. Okay, so this is it for today. So if I have to choose my favorite, that would probably be the Netherlands for this episode. Yay! Congratulations! And, you know, it might be a little bit surprising because it is a ballad, but it is a very nice ballad. Although I have to say that also Iceland, very nice. Slovenia was not bad. I don't know how I feel about Georgia still. And Malta, not my thing. But in general, good on Malta for changing that song. I think this one is a much better choice, so that's great. Thank you very much for joining me today. Tell me in the comments which song was your favorite. And consider maybe hitting the like button. It would help me out in the YouTube algorithm. You can of course subscribe if you want some more content from me. We're definitely going to have yet another review video, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about my forecasts for this year's Eurovision Song Contest, and I'm also doing reaction videos to the American Song Contest this year, so check that out too. Thank you very much again, and I'll see you next week. Bye!